옳지.
From now on, we'll begin our discussion with the topic. It would be better to live under the sea than in space. The name of the first team is 영어토론수업, and the name of the first team is Pittsburgh. Please shake hands with each other.
자, 조장이 일어나서 악수할 건데 우리 애기가 조장이 없으니까 둘이 일어나서 악수할까? 오늘 즐거운 토론 부탁드리겠습니다. 서로 악수해주세요. 우리 애기 박수 쳐줄까?
Please everyone take your seats. The first speaker of the first team is Lee. Please introduce the discussion topic and give reasons for approval and grounds for argument on the topic for 2 minutes.
이현이 목소리 들리는지 한번 확인해주세요.
Among them, population erosion. First, estimate among the calculated 5,573 trillion won. On the other hand, the amount required to build a city in the DC was estimated at 20.3 trillion won, which is about 90 times smaller than the amount required for terraforming. Second, extra problems exist. Among the planets to be terraformed, Mars is prominent astronomical object, but the exposure to solar wind density atmosphere and requires a large amount of carbon dioxide to compensate. However, the amount of carbon dioxide present on Mars is necessary to supplement the atmosphere. Therefore, even if all carbon dioxide on Mars is evaporated, the temperature and atmosphere pressure cannot rise more than an appropriate amount. In addition, we do not have the technology to calculate a huge number of microorganisms, and in the process of emitting greenhouse gases to create the atmosphere, it can cause damage such as suffocation to humans.
This time, the first part of the first team reviewed what the first team claimed for a topic and explained the reasons or grounds for the opposition for 2 minutes, please.
Hello, I'm Yungang, and I think living in space is better than living deep sea, because we know more about space than under the sea. Because deep sea is very dark and has high pressure. Exploration to deep sea hasn't done well. We think that moving to the place where we know where is better.
Please, the first team discuss the reasons for the counter argument for 1 minute.
자, 얘들아, 자기가 언제
Please review what opponents has just claimed and give examples of the first and second reasons for 2 minutes.
In fact, Fabian Cousteau has been to the deep sea and he even used Wi-Fi. Also, because we don't know about the deep sea, we can obtain more technology than going to space. I think living under the sea is better than living in space because living in the deep sea can create more diverse values than living in space. Humans have gained various technologies and resources through the sea, from fish used for food to genes of jellyfish used for advanced genetic technology. We've all got it from the sea. There are far more species in the deep sea than in the shallow sea. Also, many creatures in the deep sea have unique traits due to their dark and nutrient-poor environmental traits. So these creatures could make materials of high biological and genetic value and apply them to humans. On the other hand, there are no organisms in the space. Also, space has only gas elements that are not available for transport. For this reason, I think living in the deep sea is better than living in space.
We will talk to the first things for 1 minute.
시간 없는데 잘하려고? 시간 없는데 바로 하자고.
In the deep sea, there is no condition for plants to grow because light does not come in, so food supply is not smooth. However, in space, technology has recently been developed to grow plants that can be used for food. Therefore, vegetables and fruits can be eaten in space, but it is difficult to eat those nutrients in the deep sea, which can cause health problems. Furthermore, in the deep sea, the means of supplying food has not yet been developed. But in space, there are cargo spaceships that can transport food. Okay, thank you.
The third speaker of the first team, please repeat up opponents at their screen and give examples of the first and second for 2 minutes.
Hello, my name is Kyungmin from the first team. Living in the deep sea has potential in the future. For example, in Ulsan City and Korea Institute of Maritime Science and Technology have started to develop undersea cities. At first, 5 people live at depths of 30 meters, and the study is aimed at people living at a depth of more than 200 meters. It is robots that make underwater cities. It is method of taking structure modules made on land to the seabed and assembling them. If such undersea city development is successful, rapid industrialization can be expected, and many resources can be appropriately used in deep sea without being directly affected by rising sea levels caused by global warming. In addition, it is sustainable because it can produce and send energy and food outside, not cities that consume energy and resources. For these reasons, I think living in the future is good because it is alive. Thank you.
Then please discuss the reasons for the opposition's rebuttal to the first things for 1 minute.
아, 너네도 그냥 없이 할 거야? 합의 없이?
The first speaker from the first team repeat what the pros has just been and state the first and second reason for 2 minutes, please.
Deep sea is much more hard place to live than in space. Deep sea is too dark and applied to high pressure. Also, because it's buried under the sea, dead bodies of sea creatures will move around. Moving to space is more meaningful. People are moving because of each problem. But moving to deep sea is still in the earth. When we move to space, human's boundary will be wider. It will be key of human development. Thank you.
The first speaker of the trust, please refute what the opposing team has just claimed and give a second reason. Please refute the argument of the opposing team and summarize the presentation of the first team and completing the presentation for 2 minutes.
Hello, I'm Kang-ho from the first team. I think there is a disadvantage that nuclear war can be easily found if each other's planets are different. The reason why living in the sea is better than living in space is that it takes less time and money. To go into space, you have to use a spacecraft and it costs about 17 trillion won to build it. If you take the space station as an example, it has cost 200 trillion won so far to build it, and it costs 8 billion won per person per day for astronauts who flew there. On the other hand, a hotel on the sea costs 2 million won per day. It also takes a lot of money and time because you have to build multiple spacecraft, not just one. But if you live in the sea, you live in the sea inside the earth, so you can live in the deep sea in short time. The deep sea is also placed on Earth, but universe is harder to adapt than the deep sea because most people have never seen or been to. It takes a lot of food to build a city in space, so you have to carry a lot of food to space. But we need to find new food in space because we have limited food available on Earth, and we only consume a lot of food to run spacecraft. Living in space requires a lot of this research. But we are planning on underwater city. You can do some planning with current technology and resource. For this reason, I think living in the sea is better than living in space. Thank you.
Please discuss the reasons for the opposition to the prosecution for 1 minute.
Okay, stop.
The first speaker of the class team, please regret the substitution that the press has just claimed and announcing the second reason for 2 minutes. Please summarize the class argument to finalize the class presentation in 2 minutes.
You said that we can obtain more technology by moving under the sea, but the purpose of moving is not to gain information, it is to live in that place. Course, going to space and going to the deep sea is not that different, but the result is different. Spaceship can stay for a long time, but in the deep sea, submarine can't stay for a long time. To build cities under the sea, it will cost much more than in the space. So our team said because of the information and the environment and the development and cost, we have to move to the space than under the sea. Thank you.
Discussion ended. Thank you for the presentation of the each team and our discussion.
Wow!